the main thing that any human has to do is figure out how they're going to have a great life and what that means. And so, and that really is the most important thing. So, however, what that means to people is personal. And to some people, a great life is a life where they sacrifice themselves for others, which is amazing. And we have, various figures in history and in music who have done that in a way. If you look at Coltrane sacrificed a lot of personal life for his musical goals. And that was what obviously he's a very intelligent guy, so obviously that was what he thought of as the right kind of life. And in a way, it paid off in a sense that he made a great legacy that people, that will inspire people for years and years to come. So, and that's also true of Martin Luther King, or Malcolm X. I mean, those guys knew they were going to be dead, someone's going to kill them. But they knew that what they stood for would make a difference for many other people. So that's them, though, and obviously most people don't happily need to sacrifice themselves to do something great, I think, or do something that's meaningful, let's say. But in any case, what your goal is not necessarily to do something even greater or meaningful. Because we don't have to put that. No one's going to put that on you. That you have to. It should be meaningful to you. That's what really counts, because you're the one doing it. And so you have to find your way to have a great life and figure out what that means. And it's a learning process all the time. So now with a family, if a person decides they're going to have a family, then that requires work. And it requires work because kids are the most important thing on the planet, right? So you can't, whatever happens, the kids have to be cool. And if everybody thought that, we'd have no problems. So clearly these people are falling down on that. That I would put on somebody. They don't have to be a hero and give their life for music or for civil rights if they don't want to, but they do need to take care of their kids. That they have to do. And if they're not doing that, they're fucking up. Period. Because the kids are the most important thing. And so you cannot screw up on that one. But of course, reality is reality, and I think people who do terrible things to the planet, their parents were a factor. Not that it was entirely their fault, because sometimes it's just, people are just, they come out and they just do what they're going to do. But there are a lot of people who have kids who don't do what they need to do, and that causes a lot of problems. So when I decided to have a family, then I decided to take it seriously. So that means that I have to find a balance between the family and the necessities therein, and whatever I want to do for myself personally. And of course, all of us have those kind of balances of different kinds. The family is a special kind of balance. Because the family really has to take top priority. Because if it doesn't, it's so connected to you that that it's just important that it stays special. If you don't give it the right attention, it'll wither. And it's true. It's the same as your body. It's the same thing, And you have to treat your body as well as you treat at least as well as you treat your family, And your family is part of your body in a way. You see what I'm getting at? Like, this is part of your, again, talking about the floor, the foundation. This is part of your foundation. Your family is part of your foundation. And if that's screwed up, then the stuff on top is going to be screwed up. So then what I do is I organize my time as best I can to accommodate the needs of the family, whatever that means. So, and time, money, energy, focus, all that. And so for example, when I'm on the road, or let's say when I organize my traveling schedule, as much as possible, I take the family into account for that. And so we make a plan that we all can work with. And the family themselves have to be, ready for a traveling musician husband. And so that has all kinds of implications in terms of communication and all kinds of things. But we just organize everything and work it out. So there's childcare things, and there's homework, little things like that, and then there's make sure the money's cool and making sure everything's cool. But we got that down to a science. And then as far as my priority, my energy, if anything happens with the family, that takes top priority. So everything else gets cut loose, if it needs to be, to make sure they're cool. Most of the time, it doesn't require a whole lot of sacrifice, because I look at it as what I should do. And so there's no sacrifice, it's just balance. And so when I'm home. And that's probably, of each month, 20 days I'm home and 10 days I'm out. And so some months I'm out 20 days or whatever, but usually not. Most months I'm home at least 20 days and I'm out 10 days at the most months. And so that works. And if I get a big money touring gig that takes me out for a while, well, then we organize everything for that, and we come back with money, and then we're all happy because we have money. So that's easy, or opportunity, or whatever it is that, little special situations. But most situations, I control it very well.